I'd like to start off by saying I couldn't be here without being there. Let me say that again. I couldn't be here without being there. My recovery has landed me in the best possible place I could be in, personally, financially, and with the relationships that I've built. All of this is only possible by going through the hell of addiction and its destruction. With that being said, I wouldn't tell my younger self not to use opiates. I would like to give my younger self the insight and the confidence to quit sooner than I did. I grew up in Toledo, Ohio. Hardworking, middle-class family in a hardworking, middle-class neighborhood. A lot of good times, a lot of great times, a lot of bad times as well. There was a lot of abuse in my family, a lot of mental and physical abuse. All the good times shaped me and molded me into who I am, but those bad times changed me. My greatest childhood passion was skateboarding. Up until skateboarding, I just did normal kid stuff, but once I started skateboarding at age 11, I didn't do anything else. I didn't catch a ball, throw a ball, play any sports. I was consumed completely by skateboarding. My mom would take me everywhere to skateboard. She was heavily invested into caring and looking out for me. As a young kid, it was my father and my uncles. They had the cool bikes and the cool cars. From there, I looked up to the local skateboarding standouts and eventually to the pros in the magazines. Being with my dad all the time as a child and going everywhere with him and the lifestyle that my dad chose, drugs were prevalent. They were normalized. I knew what drugs were way before I should. I shouldn't have known what drugs were at such a young age. You know, I saw my father go to work every day. I saw my father drink every day. He never missed a beat. So drugs were not taboo, you know, for me growing up. Our household was a lot different than other people's. I didn't know it back then. I thought physical and mental abuse was normal. I thought that went on everywhere. Watched my father do things he shouldn't do to my mom. And then I eventually, as a young teenager, tried to stop my father from putting his hands on my mom, and then eventually the abuse just was directed at me from that point. And I think that all happened because of my father's alcohol and drug addiction. That abuse continued until I finally left home, 16, 17 years old, I can't remember. And yeah, it changed me. That violence and abuse for so many years that I grew up around eventually developed into my own pattern of violence, which landed me in prison.